Hello and welcome or welcome back to our Minecraft 1.20 survival Let's Play. So today's episode is going to be focused on the village. I actually think the next few episodes. I really want to get some good trading going and, we could do it as it is, but we're going to go the extra mile and build up a really cool looking village down there. And I'm really excited about that. But first things first, I guess it's in setting already, but our first baby horse grew up. I did already breed another one as well. She's just right over there. But I think for this first one, we might as well see what kind of speed we got off of that. So I don't know. I think I need to tame it first. So I'll just bring it out of here and then that way we'll have a bit more room. Okay, there we go. We've got her all saddled up here. So I think we'll do a little trial run basically maybe we'll do it from here to the end. And then maybe I can tell which horse is fastest. It's really going to be kind of hard to tell, I think. That's about 4 to 5 seconds. I'm going to sleep through this night quick here so we don't have to deal with it. We'll do one more try right from the back of this second platform. I think would be a good start point. Yeah, honestly 4 by the time we get off of that. So I'll try to count similar. Again, I'm not stopping a stopwatch or anything, but I'm going to try the original horse that we had gotten, the one that we know is really fast. The heck? How did you get up there? I think this little one just jumped on someone else's back and jumped out of here. I'm pretty sure they can't. I don't think they can get out otherwise. Anyway, I'm gonna try out this guy. Okay, definitely feels faster, but let's see what it seems like. Actually, you know what? This one feels very similar to the baby. I don't think this one's actually any faster, so all in all, I think that's good because that means maybe if both of the offspring end up being that fast, then if we breed them together, they will be even faster. I think that's kind of the idea. So I think that'll work well. All right, so for building the village, I think first thing that I want to do is try to get a really good layout down. It's gonna be kind of tricky because I don't want to take away all of their buildings and all their beds and stuff, but I was thinking maybe it's worth putting them all somewhere, just building some kind of crazy box or underground structure for them with a whole bunch of beds and then locking them in at night, and then we can kind of raise the whole village to the ground and start again. So I'm gonna grab a few blocks just so that we have something to start working with at least. Currently what we have a lot of, I think the most of maybe even, is this light gray terracotta. So I'm going to use that. We can kind of use that to help us outline stuff. Well, actually, what we actually have the most of is this deep slate, but this takes forever to clean up. So I think I'll stick with these for now. Maybe I'll grab just some other random stuff too, so that we know we have enough. Actually, we still have a ton of tuff. That'll be a good marking block as well. So, all right, let's go and see if how hard it would be just to move everybody's beds underground. All right, so we have a few of these kind of wacky looking mountains, but we also have kind of this little underground area here. So I'm thinking, just in case I want to expand out this way and take that down so that we can build on it, maybe we'll put everybody underground here. If I just dig this out really good, I think we can move all the beds here and then get everybody to come and stay underground for a little bit. Okay, so I think I got all of the beds out of the village here. Not actually very many, but I think this will be good for now. And then I think I'll come in here and I'll make this kind of sort of like a breeder as well. I'll make a bunch of extra beds and then I'll put in a wheat farm as well so they can farm and just kind of breed a little bit while we're building. But I think I'm wondering, I don't know if I need to put doors on there and get rid of the doors on the buildings or not, but I'm going to try ringing this bell and see if they all run for the beds. Okay, no, they are certainly not all, they're not all heading into there. I wonder if I put some doors on there, if that'll help. All right, no, they still have no interest. I thought ringing the bell made them all go back into their homes, but all right, I guess not. I'm going to see what happens at Darkfall tonight and see if they all go in there to sleep. I kind of assume they will, but maybe it's outside of the village area. Kind of hoping it wasn't. I mean, there are some buildings right up here, so. Oh, wait, that guy went in. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm sure we'll see. We'll see what happens when night falls. Alright, so we've got a few making their way in here now. Oh no, I just want to talk to you. Okay, that's our mending villager, so good thing we have them here. I think I'm going to sleep through this night quick, so that we can make sure that we can gather our other, the other librarian that we put so much effort into getting. Okay, it's not that librarian. Where is my other librarian? I really hope I like just let them out. I'm really hoping we didn't already lose them. Okay, there you are. She's still in here. All right. So I need you to come with me. I wonder if I bring the block, maybe they'll come. Okay, there we go. We've at least got both librarians in there. Could probably, I don't know. I'll see another night maybe if some of the other villagers want to walk in as night falls. But overall, I think that's probably enough to start with anyway, if we're going to let them breed while we're building. So to do that, I'm going to need, I'll probably just do wheat. I'll just gather a bunch of wheat seeds from all the grass here. Okay, here we go. So we've got quite a few more people in here now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I put together the garden here as well. I guess, I don't know why that water isn't reaching here, unless they stomped on it. But yeah, okay, so I think this should be pretty good. We've got both of our important librarians. A double check, yeah, Fortune and our mending librarian, so that's good. I'll actually probably buy another mending book here right away as well, so that we can make a diamond axe for taking down the town, but I think this should be good. So we've got a few farmers, 2 farmers in here as well, which I think will be good. We've got this one who we've already traded with, and then this one which does wheat, which is nice. So if all of y'all will just get out of my way, I will make my way out of here. All right, they're not super happy about being stuck in there, but I think that's, they'll manage. There are still a few villagers stuck out here, but I don't know. I don't know if I'll really worry about that too much. I don't know if we have enough beds for them, or if they just are too far away to hear the bell from where they're at right now. It's kind of, I can't really tell why they're not going over that way, but maybe we'll try again later. But for now, I'm going to get myself some emeralds so that we can buy that mending book and make a diamond axe to help us take down all these buildings. All right, so I got the axe and some emeralds to buy the mending, and then I'll bring the anvil over and we can do that. But this horse grew up again, so I think I'm gonna try out the new one, and then we'll see about breeding the two together. The only problem is they both look the exact same, so I can't tell. Whichever one, I guess whatever one is already tamed to us is not the new one, right? So that one is not tamed to us, but this one is, which means that this one here is the baby. So come with me. We are going to test out your riding speed. Okay, here we go. So let's kind of do same sort of thing. Okay, so I definitely think this one is slower than the other baby was, but I do think this is still slower than that that brown horse that we got. I'm gonna give that one a try too, and just to compare. Yeah, this horse is definitely the slowest. So breeding the 2 babies should keep our speed going upwards. Okay, so again, I can't tell the difference between these 2, but I'm pretty sure it's this one. So let's give one to you and one to you, and then can you breed? Yes, okay, perfect. This is working. I don't think it works if you do directly with the parents for these guys, for horses specifically. All right, there we go. We got another baby, and we'll compare that one. Although I guess we need to do 2 children anyway, so maybe I will grab the carrots and stuff to do one more as well. I'm just trying to see if I can like notice a difference between these 2 so that we don't get confused. They look identical, don't they? Okay, I'm just gonna keep a saddle on this one, so that we know that she is the one that we are currently breeding. Okay, there we go. Another baby there as well. Perfect. And where'd the other one go? Oh boy, did it manage to escape again? Yes, of course it did. Oh, we cannot keep these little ones contained, can we? Great, there we go. So we've got 2 baby horses. We'll wait until they grow up, probably when we have to come back at some point for more supplies, and we'll see how they're faring. I also did make a whole bunch more beds, so I can continue filling up the villager breeding area. All right, there we go. So we got our diamond axe, and I think that should be good. I'll obviously use up the iron first, but then it'll help us take everything down a lot quicker. So I'm going to go ahead and start, I guess I'll start back here on the first houses, and I'll start with taking down the houses and then take a look at where we need to like terraform a little bit, level some stuff off and all that fun stuff. Okay, here we go. It is all cleared out. So I took down, you might not even notice, but there was a big, like that hill there was quite a bit bigger. I took that down quite a bit. I think it looks okay in the background now. We'll probably put some of the trees that are there over there, but I wanted to be able to see like the cherry wood forest up there and all that fun stuff. So I just wanted to make that a little bit smaller. There was also like a pillar here right there, I think that I took down just to make it look a little bit, those ones in the background I might eventually take down, but I think they look kind of a little bit out of place. So just wanted to make us give us a good canvas for the backdrop of this village. So now it is time to do some planning if these pillagers don't come and attack us. Oh yeah, we also have a couple of helpers here. So I had gotten all the villagers into the underground storage, but I didn't block the door off all the way, and then these 2 escaped as children and then grew up and could no longer get back in. So that's why they're here, but you know, it's fine. We'll put them to work. So for this village, I am going to keep it small. Like I still want it to be a village kind of vibe, but I do have some pretty big plans. So I do want to do like, I don't know, maybe like at least 10 houses or so, like small villager houses scattered about, or at least in some kind of residential area. And then I want to have a big town plaza, which I'm actually thinking would go very well in this like big like flat space here. And then you can kind of go off into more of the like niche shops and housing kind of as you go that way. I think that could look really good. Maybe kind of, you know, bring it down into some sort of fun dock area here. Could look good. But for big buildings, I know that I want to do we need a huge library, which honestly might go really well up on top of that hill there as sort of like something a little bit in the background if we have, you know, some roads leading up there and some buildings along the roads, because it needs to be quite big. I think I want like 17 villagers to get all of the, is he aiming at the villager? Please don't shoot my villagers. In order to get all the books being sold that I want. So yeah, it's gonna be a big library, but that's okay. And then I think the farm and ranch will be fairly large too. I don't know 100%. I mean, to do a farm and ranch, it probably makes the most sense for it to be out of the way a little bit. So we do have quite a bit of room up here too. We could do it like just basically at the back, over there or something like that. And then, you know, kind of make it blend in a little bit by putting the housing kind of more over on this area. And then, you know, it goes into this big farmhouse. And that sort of thing might work out quite well. And then we obviously need like a kind of a forge sort of thing, where we can have, you know, the toolsmith, the armorer, the weaponsmith will all stay there. And then a small church for a cleric as well. Don't hurt my villagers, man. They're like freaking out. Okay. I guess we got to take care of this guy. Wow. Okay, I don't know where his buddy went, but I guess we're okay for now. Anyway, so yeah, a small church for the cleric, and, you know, maybe the small church we keep, you know, somewhere nearby the town square. I think that would make sense. Same with the forge, since it's kind of more of like a market thing. And then, yeah, I think that's pretty much it for like buildings that I have in mind. The other merchants, like the other villager jobs, I'm thinking we could just build them little stalls in the market square where they can sell their stuff. I think those are always really cute, and, you know, there's no sense in building so many giant buildings for them. So yeah, I think that's gonna go well. So what I want to do, maybe we'll probably build some of the small houses today, but first things first, I do want to kind of lay everything out so that I have a really good idea of where everything can go and like where to actually build the houses and all of that. So if we wanted to think about this as the market square, so say, you know, you can come up by boat or what have you, And then, use some pathways. Maybe we'll do some cute lampposts and that sort of thing. I want this kind of like, it's going to be a similar vibe to our place. Less pink. Our place is like going really heavy on the pink cherrywood stuff. But I'm thinking very cottagecore-y, cutesy kind of vibe will be good here. Maybe we'll incorporate a little bit more color. I'm not really sure. It's a lot of work to get like all that concrete or whatever we're going to use to color things. But we'll see. For now, I'm just thinking kind of more classic cottagecore style. So I'm going to start with these stalls, and we're going to put a few kind of on the outside of what we would think maybe this is our kind of center. So I don't know exactly what they're going to look like yet, but I'm going to give them a bit of room. We'll say they'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then maybe... yeah, maybe like that. We don't want too much room inside because we want them to have to stand like close to us. But I think that should give us enough to play with so we can build something kind of fun, and we've got a middle and all of that good stuff. So you walked up, and that was a stall. And then we'll do another one. I think this looks like a pretty natural place for like a road up to be. So I'm gonna leave that a little bit open. But I think we could do another stall maybe right beside it. We're gonna need... I want stalls for butcher, fisherman, and stonemason. So we're only going to need 3 stalls. I think we can do the next one maybe over here a little ways. Yeah, something like that. And then the other one, I think it makes the most sense to just put it over here. I think that's going to work out quite well. We might even bring it a little bit forward so that we can make this sort of look a little circular maybe. There we go. We'll use our imagination here a little bit. So yeah, I'm thinking, if this is kind of boring to you, I'll maybe put timestamps in this video to where we're actually building some stuff, but I figured it might help somebody to kind of get an idea of, how to plan out something like this. So that's basically what I'm doing right now. In case you're like, well, this is weird. Yeah, that's kind of my idea. So if you don't like this part and just want to get to the building, obviously go right ahead. But I'm kind of hoping this can kind of help you out if you want to build something similar yourself, but you're going to have to lay things out a little bit differently. But so say here is our market square. This gives us lots of room in the middle here too. I would like to do, maybe something that looks like a couple of benches and tables here where people can sit and eat. And then like obviously a big central fountain could be fun. And then we'll leave the bell in here and all that good stuff as well. So I think this gives us plenty of space to do that. And then I think to mark pathways, I am just going to be doing a little bit of like paving the grass here, just because it's a little annoying to have to like replace it later if that's not the kind of path that you want. But I think it makes it nice and clear. So let's take a think about. So say, yeah, you come through, you like walk through the town center. It's all cute and fun. And then we'll take a pathway up. Basically in this direction, I think we need to go. So say we kind of walk up the hill here and we can, add some stairs there or whatever we need to. And then it comes into this big area here. So the church, I'm thinking maybe we could do it just behind this stall, like have a little, like a little walkway over here and then, the church right here. And then the armory or the like forge building could be right here. I think this is probably enough space for it. I do want it to be a fairly big building, but this is quite a bit of space. So I think that could work out really good. And then that way, you get your market stalls and then the other shop, the last shop is right there. And same with, the cleric is also right back here as well. And I think it'll be kind of cute. It's just going to be a fairly small building, but I think that could work out quite well there. And then as we go up there, that can be more residential and that's where the farm will be and that sort of thing. So let's start by mapping out how big we want the church to be, just so that we can make sure that there is enough room here. I'm thinking it really doesn't need to be very big. So let's just go with, we do maybe want to do some cool windows and that sort of thing. So we'll go 3, and then that way we can have kind of a window in the middle. And then we'll do a double door, and then another 3. That would be, there wouldn't be a door in the back, but that's kind of the idea of what it would look like from the front. And then we can just do something similar coming this way. So like one window, and then one like that. There we go. Just something this big. We'll do like the tower that goes up in the middle as well. So that'll be, it'll be a tall building, but it doesn't have to be large. We just want to be able to walk in and find our cleric anyway. And then, there'll be a ladder or maybe a spiraling staircase up in the background or something like that. And I think that'll work just fine. And I also want to, obviously we're going to decorate this village quite a bit, so you can kind of imagine we might have, some cute little lampposts or a little park going out behind the church or something like that, or maybe even a cemetery we could maybe do, if I could think about how we could do that, how we could build gravestones and that kind of thing could be kind of nice. We'll have to see, but let's continue on this way. So as I was saying, up here we can do the forge. Now this one, I think it'll be a bigger building than the church because we're gonna have three different shops in here. But I think it'll still look pretty cool. So I have kind of an outline in mind, so I'm just gonna go ahead and outline what the bottom looks like. It's gonna be hard to visualize what the whole thing would look like anyway, but at least if I can mark off the foundation, we'll know exactly that we have enough space. Okay, there. I think something simple like this will work. It looks like a good size, kind of where it's placed there. I think that'll look good. This could even be a little overhang sort of area, or, maybe not. It depends. We could have somebody standing outside selling stuff, or maybe that's where the lava and the furnaces go, so they're not inside. Who knows? And then in here, you can imagine you'd have, say, your toolsmith is behind a counter over there, and then you've got your armorer behind a counter over there. And then here, I kind of doubled this up because I was thinking this will probably be an outdoor sort of area, or at least a partially outdoor area. But you could have another vendor in there without a wall here. If that makes any sense. A little hard to picture, but that's sort of what I'm imagining, and it'll all be raised up a little bit. It'll be a fairly tall building, not so tall that I would want to block the view of the library back there, but I think it'll give us we'll still have some viewpoints here too. That's something else I consider when designing large spaces like this. I didn't really do it so much in our place because we're a little limited over there, and obviously I'm building as we go, the kind of buildings that we need. But in something like this, I like to think about where are your viewpoints? Over here, you'll be able to see right over the stalls basically to the ocean. Over here, this stall will be fairly short, so you'll be able to see the church behind it. And then this building, there's a good little view area here where we'll actually be able to see part of that massive library that we build in the background. So little things to think about. And then before we plan out the houses, I'm going to go ahead and plan out the farm and ranch because we'll basically build that all the way back to the edge here. And then we can fill in everything around it with the other housing. I think that'll be our best bet. So what I want to do, I want to build what looks kind of like a farmhouse. We'll put some beds in there. Some people will live in there, obviously. And it'll kind of act as the base for the animal storage and the farm. The actual storage, it's mostly for show, I guess. We don't need to store a ton of animals. We'll do a few sheep and stuff, and we'll have some shepherds in the animal area, and then we'll obviously, they do need to supply themselves with some food, so we'll have a cute little garden, but it's not going to be anything nearly as elaborate as ours. These villagers do not need they don't need quite so much as we do. Okay, there we go. I think this should be big enough for a basic townhouse. It'll be 2 stories, so, we'll have a little staircase and you can go upstairs and we'll put more bedding upstairs and that sort of thing, but I think that looks good. That gives us lots of room to build some other housing around here. And then I'm just gonna kind of block off basically to here. I think we can do most of the farm and ranch sort of behind the building. That makes the most sense anyway. But we'll just say I don't know, this whole area here will be blocked off for it. And maybe starting from just inside the building here as well. There, something like that. Well, you can do some plants over there and some, sheep and maybe some other animals behind the house there as well. I think that'll look really good. So I'm going to first think about, when doing this area, about our walking paths. So obviously we do want a straight shot to the farm because, in a practical sense, we're gonna want to go to the farm, right? That's technically the whole point of a village is being able to come and trade with the villagers. So we, as a player, want a straight shot to the farm, as straight of a shot as we can. So I think this is going to work out well. You know, you kind of walk up here on some stairs so we don't have to hop. And then, you know, we can beeline it right for the farm if we want to. And then around us will be a few of these villager homes. So they're going to be pretty small and pretty simple. I don't really want to make it too much more complicated than it needs to be. We can kind of, you know, we'll decorate the insides a little bit, but they'll be pretty, you know, focused on just beds, so that we can fit as many villagers into this area as possible, make it really good and bustling. So say we come up here, there might be, you know, some decorations or like a tree or something like that right off the bat. And then we can kind of put our first little house here. So I think these shapes are going to be pretty simple. We'll play around a little bit with them in general as we build them, but I'm just going to put out some shapes here. There we go, something simple like that. Maybe we do, you know, a cute little, I don't know, I put an option here for a side door, but, you know, maybe they have a cute little garden beside their house, or even as you step up the way here, something like that. But there's the front of their house, and I think that should be good. And then the question is, do we shove another one in there, or do we leave that as something else? I guess we might as well just put another one in here. We'll just kind of, you know, it is a village, but, you know, we'll give them some close by neighbors. And this one could always be a significantly smaller one, so we can do, you know, a couple of spaces and then just start the other house right away. Maybe we'll do, yeah, and then that way we can do the garden on the other side. So we'll give them a little space and then just something nice and small. Or actually, what I think I'll do is I'll actually start the house closer to the path over here. Like, we'll give them a little bit of space for a front yard, but we'll start it significantly further forward than that house. There we go, just like that. It'll be a cute little townhouse there, and then yeah, maybe they even have a shared garden in the back or something like that. Or we'll just, you know, leave it as is. We'll see. But I think that's looking good. And then now we're trying to think. So next pathway. Now that we know, you know, the path to the farm, we've got our houses on. Now, the other place that we're obviously going to want to go is the library. That's going to be one of our most common areas. So I'm thinking we just walk up a little bit here. We'll leave some room on this side for some, you know, whatever we might want to put here for decorations. And then we're just going to go right for that hill. And then obviously up the hill, you know, to the library. It looks a little bit like a mess up here. I did not finish filling this in with dirt after I cut it all down, but we'll deal with that when we actually build the library. Not right now. So this is the hole that gets you to the villagers are in there. So that's why this is here. I'm not gonna bury it because then actually I could do this for now. That way I know where it is. But I didn't want to cover it back up with dirt and then forget how to get in. So those are the 2 roads. Now that's 2 houses. I know I did say 10. I wonder if we're actually gonna have room for 10. We might. We could do like another 1 or 2 in this area here before you get up to the library. And then we can do a few more in here as well. We might need another street. So let's put a house over here beside the farm, or like maybe beside and up a little bit. We'll start it right over here. There we go, something like that. It's far enough away that it's not really encroaching on there, and we can, you know, put some kind of spacer in between, but I think that fits in there well, which means we're gonna want a street in front of this house. So I'll go ahead and maybe I'll just, you know, we'll just make another road that goes this way, at least to the end there. I think this is gonna be a side entrance house going up that side, so I think that should be perfect. And then this gives us the opportunity to put a few more houses on this side of the road as well. Okay, so this one turned out to be a bit of a bigger house, so it does sort of enter in from both sides of the road. Maybe we'll just, you know, we could even have 2 entrances to this house. It could be a 2-story one where we, you know, just house some more villagers there. I think that'll be fine. But I would like to do a couple more small ones. So I'm thinking we could probably fit 3 in here. So that'll be my goal, is to fit 3 more little houses in this area. All right, there, that kind of worked out. I moved this path over a little bit, but that's totally fine. You know, go past these houses and, you know, come in through here, go straight to the farm or anything else this way. I think we could technically fit another house in here. Maybe that wouldn't be such a bad idea, just to fill this in a little bit more. Yeah, there, get that filled in a little bit more. I ran out of tuff, but I guess I'll just use the I'll use the cobblestone from now on. We're getting a lot of cats here too, which is kind of cool. These are actually really neat colored cats. I don't know if I've seen those. Like, they're very, very yellow, which is fun. All right, so on this side, what was I thinking? I'd mentioned something about a park. I do want to maybe do a cool park, but maybe it makes more sense to do them like out of the way a little bit, or maybe closer to the town square, like something over there. I'm not really sure. I know, okay, let's count the houses. I think this is 8 houses so far, which actually isn't too bad. We might actually be able to fit exactly 10 up here if we use up this space here. So I think that'll be really good. I think we'll do house and house. And then I think this should be good. I mean, it's going to be tight in here, but you can kind of imagine it sort of like a, I don't know, sort of like a downtown, sort of area. I mean, I know residential housing, usually there's a bit more space in between them, but I don't know. It's Minecraft. I'm not sure what else to say. I think it's going to work out perfectly fine. We'll give them a park, maybe even on this side here or something. We'll flatten down some more and put the path going right through it to connect to the other side. And you've got the library up there. I think it'll look really good. So I'll go ahead and outline 2 more houses right here, and then I think we should be pretty good. Okay, there. I think that works out quite well. So hopefully you got something out of this, some good tips for how you can, lay out your town. Obviously, you'll have to decide what you want to put in it. That was my very first step, and I knew that I wanted, the 3 market stalls, the forge, a church for the cleric, the library, and the farmhouse as the main ones, and then everything else is just villager housing, basically. So that kind of makes it a little bit easier. I think the 10 houses, I mean, you can imagine we can put probably like 4 beds maybe in each house. Something like that, and then that should give us, well, honestly, that's actually way too many villagers. We'll put maybe on average 2, have like something like 20 villagers wandering around here. I think it'll look quite fun and lively. So I know I'd said something about maybe we'll do some of the housing as like a first project. I mean, you probably already know what happened from the thumbnail and title of this video, but I am thinking maybe we'll do the town square instead. I think this is a better starting place. We'll build up the markets, and then we'll build up, we'll put in a flooring, something, some maybe stone brick or something like that as kind of a base here. We can build some benches for people to sit and, eat what they get from the market stalls, and a fountain, obviously, for the center, or maybe something to hold the bell in the center, and we'll do the fountain somewhere else, or both. Why not both? So yeah, I think that should be good. We'll start with the market stalls themselves. I think that makes the most sense. So I'll need to go and get a bunch of wood, because I would like these to be kind of like a classic wooden market stalls. So we got a lot of oak bits from, I even still have a whole bunch in here. We got a ton of oak from taking down the houses in here. So I think we're going to use that as kind of the main base for at least the market stalls and that sort of thing. The actual houses, I might splurge and do some more spruce wood once we get there. But I think for these, we'll do something like that. So first things first, I'm thinking the corners, at least the front corners, oops, not that way, would be cute as a barrel, but only if we face it the other direction. Like that. I think that adds just a little bit extra to it. And then maybe we'll do something simple in the middle here. We could do slabs, leave it kind of open, or we could do a little bit of both. So say we had, we'll do a regular one in the middle maybe, and then some slabs on the outside. Oh yes, and of course we already have a fisherman villager. That's actually something I hadn't thought of. If we use barrels, we're going to end up with a lot of fishermen villagers. Okay, I guess we'll only use barrels on this one, and this one will be the fisherman. The fisherman's one. I forgot about that. That is the barrel, isn't it? There. So pretty simple, but that's kind of the general outline I'm thinking. I've seen quite a few where they do like the sort of striped color and white roof on these, which I think will look really cool. So what we need to do is get some wool, and then for the white, I'm actually thinking quartz might be better. That way we can use slabs and sort of tier it a little bit better maybe in between. We'll see if that kind of works out, but I do think we either have quite a bit of quartz, or we could get some more pretty easily by going into the nether. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at our supply so far and see if we can at least kind of make the first one with what we have. Okay, yeah, we really don't have enough nether quartz to make any significant amount of slabs left. We can't even make one slab. So I'm gonna go ahead, and it's gonna be a pretty easy thing to find in the nether. I don't think it'll be too unsafe. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and pop down there and gather a bunch more so that we can, you know, have that. But in the meantime, I'm thinking maybe I should dye one of our sheep. So if that first one with the barrels is gonna be our fisherman one, I'm thinking maybe blue. Why not? And then if I go ahead and dye one of our sheep, we should be able to get a couple shears of wool off of it. Okay, there. We obviously don't quite have enough blue wool, but I did dye some of our sheep blue, so we can go and shear them once they regrow. But that is basically what that's what I had in mind. So in the back here, we obviously need the pillars as well. I'm thinking we'll do a little bit we'll make it a little taller in the back as well. Maybe just one is fine, and then we can use the fences. Nah, I think maybe this will look better if it's just full. Okay, there. I think that looks good. Just add a little bit more depth to it. And then I brought some leather so we can make some item frames. And then we can put kind of some of the goods maybe displayed in the background or on the front counter or something like that. All right, there we go. So yeah, still need to get the blue wool, but we'll get that afterwards. And I got a salmon and a cod, and then maybe I'll save that one and we can put a fishing rod in there. Might look quite good, but yeah, I think this kind of works out. The other thing that we could do is lock them in here. I think to do that, we would just need to make this one higher. Maybe like put fencing or glass or something in front. I don't know. I think it's fine if they're just wandering around, to be honest. I don't think it's too big of a deal. And then, yeah, maybe we'll put some other decorations in here, or I just don't want to put too many barrels because apparently it's going to make a fisherman per barrel and we don't need a ton of fishermen walking around, but maybe we could stack up a couple more barrels in the background or something. I don't know. I'll think about it a little bit. But I did also add the blueprint here for another stall because I realized I think I had just written it down wrong. I think we do need 4 because I want to do butcher, fisherman, stonemason, and fletcher. So that'll be 4. And I think this looks fine. We'll just put the other one right there, and then because that's where the road's going to go off and off that direction as well. So I think that's perfect. Now I'm going to go ahead and build up the rest of these stalls. Probably not the roofs on them yet because we're going to need to go and get some more wool, but I'll build up the structures. They'll all look the same, I think, for the most part. Maybe we'll add some like other themed stuff to them for the other vendors, but I think the overall structure will remain the same. All right, so here are our stalls. So fisherman's stall doesn't really look any different, just finished off the roof part of it there. I still need to get a fishing rod to put into that one, but that's all right. So for the mason, I decided to do these pots. We have a bunch of these minor pottery shards, so I made a couple of pots out of them, just with the one face. The other faces are blank, but I thought that looked like kind of fitting in there. And then they've got a bunch of just like random stones and stuff in the background. And I put some stones for the pillars here instead of the wood, just to kind of, keep with theme a little bit. And then over here, we'll have the butcher. This one's a little bit more boring, obviously, but that's all right. I think it works as it is. And then over here, we've got the fletcher. I did a pot again. We had one of the archery pottery shards, so I decided to make one of those. Thought that would look good. And then we've just got a feather, a crossbow, and an arrow. That's just some of the stuff that I had there. And then their workbench. So I think those will do perfectly well for our purposes here. So next step that I'm going to do is I'm going to replace all of the ground around here. So probably in some kind of, I don't know if it'll really be circular, or I think it'll be a little rough. It's not going to be perfectly square or anything, but some sort of kind of somewhat circular or somewhat shape all the way around on the ground here, and that'll be the base for our pavilion here, or a plaza, or whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to use, I also have been collecting a little bit of supplies here, but I'm going to use stone, and then probably some stone bricks as well, but I think I'll fill the whole thing with stone first, and then like take it out and put in stone bricks where it seems appropriate, or like where I think it would look good as an accent. So yeah, I'll sleep through this night first, and then I'll go ahead and fill up the ground and show you what that looks like. All right, so here we have a nice little floor for our market square here. We've got, so basically just kind of mixed the stone and the stone bricks a little bit here. And we've got this nice area in the middle as well, which we're going to do, we're going to put the fountain in here. And then, I don't know about the benches, maybe we'll just kind of put a couple of random ones around afterwards. But I'm thinking, this does have a center going this way. I don't think it has a center going the other way. So I'm thinking maybe we'll just put the fountain like on the edge here. I think that'll look just fine. It'll be kind of in the back a little bit, but maybe we can do some chairs or something in the front. We'll have to see. So I'm going to start with just kind of outlining it with these bricks here. And I think I'll keep it to the inside here. There we go. I think we can just do something nice and small like that. And then in the center, I think, I'm not 100% sure what we're going to have to do to make this like look like a fountain, but I'm going to try out a couple of things and then see what it looks like. All right, there we go. I think that works as a nice, quaint little fountain. We've got some flowers. We've got some little bit of decoration or like design on the sides here, but nothing too exciting. I think that'll, and that kind of fits in well here. We don't want it to be too fancy. And then I'm kind of thinking maybe right in front here, I'll do a little sort of like archway for the bell. So not 100% sure if this will work, but I'm going to give it a little try. There, I think that's kind of cute. We might have to bring in some more plants and stuff around to kind of give off the rest of that vibe, but I think that's kind of what I was looking for. Something cute and nice and leafy and green and all of that fun stuff. So I think that's looking pretty good. I am thinking I could probably add a couple of bushes around the fountain as well. I wonder what that would look like. Yeah, there, I think that kind of brings it in quite nicely. And then for the table and chairs, I think I'm just going to do some like kind of thing that I did similar in the house. So I think we need some slabs and a few more trapdoors. Okay, there, yeah, these kind of benches. So essentially these are just slabs and these ones are actually signs on the side there so that they're not quite as high as the back, and those are just trapdoors. I think this kind of works out quite nicely. Here's a nice little, a nice little sitting area by the fountain if you want, or there's a couple of tables here as well. So I decided to use the carpet just to add in a little bit of color. So you've got a nice green table right there, and then a pink, oh, hello. What are you selling today? Glowstone, that's kind of nice. Again, nothing really that we need. But anyway, and a pink table over here. I think that's kind of cute. I also just added in some slabs beside the fountain here on either side, so it kind of looks like a little bench that you could sit at right by the fountain. So I think that kind of works out quite nicely. And then these here, I'm thinking little planter boxes. I've got one here and I've got one over there. I'll just need to add some dirt and get the wandering trader unstuck from in there. And then last couple of things that I think I want to add to our town square are a couple of light posts. So I'm thinking like, maybe one in this corner and maybe a couple along the edges as well, just to, keep the place nice and bright at nighttime so that it looks nice. And then basically just greenery. So I think I'll probably start with that, add a little bit of, I need to go get some bone meal. I forgot my bone meal, but essentially I'm thinking, we'll add some moss around and spread that out a bit just to kind of, make everything look good in the background. And then I don't have, what did I bring? I brought a cherry sapling, so we'll plant that maybe just over here. It'll grow in the back. I might need to grab a couple other saplings as well just to, fill in behind all these buildings here so it doesn't look too out of place. So let's put another boss block there. And then one more, let's do it on this side. And then I also grabbed a ton of flowers and quite a few more leaves so we can make some bushes. I think I'm just I'm gonna plant some of these flowers in like these beds here that I made. This one over here I think I can do. Yeah, something like that. That's kind of nice. I'm kind of hoping, did the ones over here grow grass? They didn't. I'm going to figure out a way to grow grass on top of these because I think that will look a lot better. I'm not sure if I just need to put like another dirt block beside it so that it can expand onto there or what exactly, but I'll figure that out because I think it's going to look a lot better if it's green on top and not brown, but it's kind of the idea. And then, yeah, I think for the most part, I'm just going to have to plant some kind of random flowers around, sort of liven up the place a little bit and make it look good when you're looking at it from any angle. Okay, and here is our completed town square. I think I'm still waiting for a couple of trees to grow to kind of fill in the background there, but that's all right, they'll grow up Same with this one here to kind of fill up the front. But other than that, I think we are pretty much good to go. So it's fairly lit up here at nighttime. Not quite night safe yet. I think what I'm going to do a little later on is take a bunch of this moss carpet, or green carpet or whatever it is, and put some like shroom lights in the ground with that over top, kind of, you know, hidden in the back here and stuff, just to make sure that this whole area is nice and safe, in case, you know, we are around here at night or anything like that. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm not going to let the villagers out yet until we finish the houses, so we should be totally fine. Other than our 2 villagers that we have. One of them actually became a Fletcher, so we have 1 fisherman, 1 Fletcher. But they might change again, I guess, if I don't buy anything from them, but that's okay. So yeah, this is what it looks like. We've got the benches we already kind of looked at. We've got these cute planters. I ended up just putting moss blocks in here instead of like grassy dirt. I think it looks good that way. And then we've got another one over here. That's kind of cute as well. I obviously made some bushes and filled in a bunch of the flowers and, you know, bone mealed a bunch of the moss, and everything looks pretty lush now. And then we've got these lampposts. Fairly simple, but I wanted kind of a fairly simple design for in here to kind of match everything else. And yeah, I think they look pretty good. Anything else? I don't think I really added anything else. There's just a few more lanterns here and there just to keep everything nice and lit up. But there's another one of those lampposts. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Look at them enjoying their, sitting down by the fountain, having a chat or whatever they're doing there. I'm not 100% sure, but, yeah, that is our village square completed. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I hope you got some ideas for, you know, maybe starting to build your own little village there. I know we went through kind of at the beginning how to do the blueprints for where we're going to lay out all the houses and stuff, and then finally got this little town square wrapped up as well. So the next couple of episodes is going to be building all those houses, and a couple of the big buildings might be their own episodes. Not 100% sure yet, but I am excited to kind of get into that and see where we can go from here with this village. So as always, let me know in the comments what you like, what you don't like, what you might want to see, if you have any ideas, all of that, and I will talk to you in the next one.